Sky Hall. Now it's a Fitzmartin to the byline, chips it in, and it's not in, and it's in, and it's Bollado!
Oh, was that a triumph for patience against a simple but perfect, almost perfectly executed plan by your opponent?
Listen, firstly, credit. I've just spoke to the manager coming up the stairs. You know, to come here to deploy the low block, to deploy the 4-5-1. It's a risky game to do, because if you score early, what do you do? But listen, let's credit them. They made it really hard for us, and I know when I speak to Tim afterwards, the analysis team, we probably had 85% possession of the football. We probably had, chances that we could have scored off, but we didn't. And the key message was all through the first half, all at half time, patient. The game will open up. We'll win 1-0 and we'll get ready for the next round. But when you play a team from lower down, it is that proverbial banana skin. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes you go with 5 or 6. Some teams slip and go out. I thought professionally, we were really good. We were very disciplined, and that's another goal for Nic Bollado and another win at Broadhurst Park.
Yeah, I was going to say, subs, you were pleased with the impact of the subs.
Delighted. And it was key that we did that, resting young Jack today. Pav did well. I thought the timing of the subs was right. But Keegan and Nick injected something different to us, and then I thought once we scored, Griff was settling us down. And it's a competitive squad, and out of that squad, I've still got, Jan Palinkas, Charlie Monroe, Michael Donoghue. So it's very competitive. But I'm proud of the boys today. That's a tricky game that today, and they've taken on board all the instructions, and they should be really proud of themselves.
Were you frustrated at all in the first half of the lack of ingenuity? There was one moment where I thought Ennis played a lovely pass to Morris that almost brought, but because to break down that, would you have liked a bit more?
Could you tell?
Well, I know nothing about football.
I always come and protect the lads. What I'll say is that we could have been braver breaking the lines. So when we play a 1, we actually play a 3. And I don't think we were brave enough to get in behind. I thought there was too many times that our midfield pairing were on the same line, and I don't think the centre half stepped into play. I think they passed it when they should have stepped in. So down the middle of the pitch, we were slightly frustrated. But listen, I've played in them games where it's so hard, and you think, right, if I play that pass and it doesn't come off, we come out exposed. We go side to side, and we've just got to wait for that one moment. And the one moment didn't appear in the first half. And we thought Max Kane was getting in a battle with Jack Higgins in the centre half. Is it something different when Nic Bollado comes off? And that's the luxury that we've got this season we didn't have last season, where I can turn to the bench and go, right, Keane Baru, Max Kane, you come off, it's not your days. Nic Bollado, Keegan Hartley, can you go on and unlock it? And they did it. And, they'll get all the plaudits. But I just thought the collective team performance, it was slow at times in the first half, but that's okay. The pitch wasn't zippy, and I'm not happy. I will say that. I'll say it in my interview. I'm not happy with the ground staff. I'm absolutely fuming, and I'll tell them that face to face on Monday. That pitch should have been watered, and you need your ground staff here. And the pitch was slow, and we were waiting for the sprinklers to come on. And I'm not saying that's an excuse, but the way we play football, that pitch needs to be zippy, and it wasn't today. And I've studied loads of times and I've praised. Today I wasn't happy about that. We've got to get that better. In terms of the performance, I'm all right. I'm pleased with that.
Having said that, Barlick had some opportunities. One which Pat Boyce had a good game, but a loose clearance, and then suddenly had to save himself. Really,
my heart was in the mouth, because Pat's so technically good with his feet. He's so commanding in the air, and it was really good. I don't know if you know the story, but Jack Higgins, who played for them today, that's the academy manager at Fleetwood. So the guy who was standing in front of Pat for the full game, he works with him full time day to day. So he was really giving it him, but that was a little bit of needle. But Pat was excellent. But the thing is, when you make a mistake as a keeper, you're going wow. But he recovered really well. And we got the result I thought we deserved.
And perhaps, as you mentioned him, it must have been pleased, because Czech team has been a real find this season. But Zook did his job, didn't he?
And Pavs, you've got to create. This is what I'm saying. When people don't see this, it's the work that we do outside of football. So when he hasn't been in the 16 for 5 or 6 games, then he comes in, all of a sudden he starts in the FA Cup game. But again, using the luxury, that's the quality that we have now at right back, and in every position. And Pav did well. Listen, he probably plays it a little bit different than Czech, where Czech will drive inside and commit, where Pat's a little safer. But at times, you need them both. And I thought, especially with Pav at right back, when they put the big lads on, I thought he held his shape really well. I thought he competed very well. Showed the dark arts in the middle of the pitch where he had to bring the lad down and knew what on the wrong side of him. So I'm chuffed with his performance, and he put himself in the window. But I'll say it and I'll say it. For us to get through this season, we're going to need 20, 21 players, and we've seen that already. So credit to the lads that have played today. Credit to the lads that have made debuts in Pav. But But more credit is credit to the football club because we're in the hat for the next round, and with some teams that aren't today, we are.
Like Radcliffe, for example, or not, for example.
Are they not? Well, this is
neither a Bamber Bridge.
Well, this is the bizarre thing about football because we just played Radcliffe, who I thought was arguably the best team, and then we've gone to Morpeth today.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. Football's bizarre, but we are, and this journey to the first round has started here. Or the journey to Wembley, the fans were singing, has started here. But you can all be happy, and there's a little bit of money into the club. Great fans today. 1,040 came through to the stadium and made some good noise. Last 10-15 minutes. Doesn't say in the paper tomorrow that we were a bit slow with our movement and we were a bit slow with our second breaking of lines. It says that we're through, and you've got to take that.
Groundhog Day, every game. Guy Hall. The same as last week. There was people who doubted that he could do what Adam did, and there he is again. He runs onto the ball. He controls it, and if he gets the service, he's a real outlet, isn't he?
When you sign players from the level where Guy came from, you know that you're going to have to do a lot with him, but he's got his feet on the ground. That's credit to forward amateurs and the staff. Your Tonys, your Blackies, your Dinos. They've kept him grounded, and sometimes we've had to go back. I saw Guy Hall playing a number of games, and I put my arm around Guy when we signed him and said, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to be sharp. And over time, I knew that in 18 months' time, he was going to be the best left back at this level. And I know that, and he is going to be. And there's a reason why we put him on contract. I know that the kid will go higher. I hope he goes higher with us. He's outstanding. He's 20, 21. He's an outstanding footballer. And, when you've had the likes of Adam Dodd, or in Finn Armstrong when he came in, you've got to do that work because we're not blessed. We haven't got that, let's go and get it. You've got to go and work with him. And the hours on the training pitch are definitely coming to fruition. You can see Guy Hall. He was outstanding today. I don't know who man of the match is, but he was outstanding, Guy Hall. And he was a real pleasing figure for me when I came off the pitch.
We gave it to Fitzmartin in the end because we thought that there was a few players in contention, and the fact he delivered that beautiful cross just edged it for us. He's had a frustrating time, Fitzmartin, and he was tracking back.
I was sure for Jay, and I said to him 15 minutes ago, it'll be your day today, you'll score. And he didn't, but he's worked great. I thought in terms of that front four, I thought he really lit it up at times. His choice of passing has been frustrating at times this season, but he's getting to know the lads. So much ability. He's going to be a favourite here. When he gets one, he'll go and score 10. But I'm chuffed for him. I really am chuffed for him that he's got man of the match because it would probably have been an easy one to give to Guy. That hopefully will give him the confidence to go and kick on because we've got a real talent there.
So to round up, you'll be pleased you've got 2 training sessions with the players, and what kind of game you're expecting home to Bradford next Saturday?
Well, firstly, James, as a manager, I was asked last week by Tim, is it good to have a break from the league? Yeah, it's brilliant. I love looking at that result, 5-0. It really irks me every single day, and that's the passion inside. That's what you want. You come to the FA Cup, you want to win, and we've bounced back. We've done really well. But for any manager to have back-to-back training sessions, we might even come in Wednesday yet. It's the first time in a long time that we've had it, and it's good. We love getting on the training park, so we want to get ready for a reformed, resurgent Bradford side who we've come to. But we're going into it, play 4 from 4 at Broadhurst Park, and we've won it. So this place is, let's use the word fortress. It's not just that, it's giving us lots of confidence. And if we can get things right off the pitch that needs to be better today on the pitch, then we'll be all right. But Bradford will be a good side. But I think you'll see a different FC next week. I don't think you'll see a side that, I think Bradford won't come and part.
We'll see the home side, won't we?
We'll see.
Which is impeccable.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we'll work on the away side. We'll work on it.
Neil, thanks.
Brilliant.
As ever.
No,
well
you.
done through to the next round.
Yeah, chuff it up. Cheers, everyone.
Thank you there, Neil.
Congratulations, Jay. You're the FCWM Radio Man of the Match, sponsored by Joseph Holtz. It was a tough game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's hard when you're playing the team for the lower leagues. They're obviously going to be up for it. We heard before the game that they haven't lost in about 14 games, so we knew it was going to be tough no matter the opposition.
Yeah, they were a really well-drilled defence. We were watching the game from up in the top of the back of the stand, and for huge portions of the game, like all the prey was compressed in that final third. It must have been tricky to work in there.
Yeah, when you're playing these sides, even in our league, if we're playing the lower sides, they're going to sit in a low block. I won't say what was said in the changing rooms, but we didn't do a good job of breaking them down. I thought we did that better in the second half. We still should have scored a lot more, but at the end of it, it's all about getting through.
Yeah, you could tell as soon as you came out in the second half, basically, there was a couple of chances, like pretty much in the first couple of minutes, basically coming down those sides, which I think it was obvious that was where you thought you were going to get the joy.
Yeah, definitely. We thought the little pockets in between the centre halves and the full backs is where we could get in. The movement in behind off Guy and Pav as well would have helped. We was just all making the same runs, which wasn't helping, so we had to drop in behind, and then thankfully we broke them down. I think that's all we needed as a goal and to get through.
Yeah, well, I mean, that as it proved, I mean, it was a ball in from you that effectively created the winner to Nick. It was quite a deft chip in, wasn't it? It wasn't a powered shot, it was more of a floated one.
Yeah. When you get to the byline, you have to stand it up, because if you hit it low, it'll just get blocked. You've seen that a few times in the game. But Nick's come on and scored again, and that's all we want from our strikers, is scoring.
Yeah, well, and obviously you want people who are playing on the wide to create those chances, get those assists.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people can see I'm getting frustrated that I've not been scoring, but it's just a case of staying positive and just trying to make things happen. And luckily, I got an assist today. Hopefully, I can build from that.
Yeah, well, you've got to keep knocking on the door, haven't you?
Yeah, that's all it takes.
Okay, well, congratulations for your performance today. You've been chosen as the Joseph Holt's man of the match by FCM Radio. Congratulations.
Cheers.